Hey everybody, welcome to Pure Potato Tarot. Thank you for clicking on the video, visiting my channel. If any parts of the message resonates, please feel free to like, comment, as well as subscribe. We're going to go ahead and do quickie reads for each sign. I know it's kind of late in the day to do November, but we're going to do it anyway. So what's the first sign that we are looking at? You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and pull. Shuffle them up one more time. And we're just gonna go by whatever. Alright, so first card is the Lover's card, Gemini. So Gemini, what do we have going on for you for the rest of the month of November? Happy birthday to all my Scorpios. What's that number one Zodiac sign? Scorpio. Alright, so Geminis, what do we have? Alright, what came out was overnight success. So you could be experiencing some type of success in the work sector. I'm hearing for some in the romance sector as well. So this is a situation where back then, I'm hearing Mike Jones back then, hoes didn't want me, now I'm high, hoes all on me type of situation where you know, maybe a couple years ago, people treated you like you were, you know, the scum of the earth or the dirt on somebody's, you know, boot and all. And for whatever the reason, circumstances have changed, Gemini. And so now, you know, you are like gleaming. You are the it person. You are the go-to person. I'm hearing a resurgence of some sort. Meaning you could have been like in a hiatus, or you could have been like off the scene for some, you know, for some time. You could have experienced a loss in the past, maybe a devastating loss, a loss to your, you know, could be in a romantic sector, excuse me, but I'm hearing like a loss to your ego, a loss to your pride, some type of professional loss in terms of, you know, accolades, whatever. You could have lost some type of credibility or lost some type of prominence, some type of, you know, social standing, and now you're coming back bigger and better than ever. You are like the center of attention. Everybody wants to hear your thoughts, know your name type of situation, Gemini. So congratulations on that. Yeah, congratulations on that. So what do we have? We're going to pick one card for you. All eyes on me. Tupac is also a Gemini. This card literally says all eyes on me. So something could be significant about Tupac. There could be, I'm hearing, I'm getting hot now. I'm hearing there could be like, you know, some type of revelation or breaking news in, you know, the death of Tupac as well. So be looking out for that. But Tupac is most definitely significant. That album, that time, so you could have been born, I forget when All Eyes on Me came out. I want to say it was like the mid 90s. So that could be when you were born. You could have been working on something since then, and finally it's coming to fruition. Finally you're getting the praise and the recognition for your hard work, Gemini, as well. All eyes on me. Tupac could have been somebody's favorite performer as well. We have the Lover's card, so here you are coming out again in the Lover's card. Also, this could be a situation, lovers. This could be a situation, Gemini, where there could be a secret coming out about somebody as well, and that is the reason why you are the center of attention. Somebody could be drinking a lot. Somebody could be partying very heavily. Somebody could be into drugs of some sort. Somebody also could be, it could come out that somebody is into the same sex, or somebody is bisexual. Also, it could come out that somebody has been entertaining multiple lovers as well. Somebody could have caught something and or is transmitting something because of somebody lives a double lifestyle, and so it could come out that somebody's lifestyle could be coming to the forefront. Most definitely. Also, Gemini, this is also a warning too. So like if you've been out here wilding out and everything, and you know you have been showing off, as gems are known to do, no disrespect, but gems are known to, you know, want to crave to be the center of attention and things like that. Gem, you might want to slow down because you are getting a negative reputation. People are looking at you, but not, you could feel like people are looking at you like an admiration when in actuality people are looking at you. I'm not going to say disgust, but people are looking at you and they're like, you know, gossiping about you behind your back, you know. So this could be a situation where, you know, you hang around a group of people and in your face, you know, everybody is like, hey, you know, your bestie and all, but behind closed doors, everybody talks about you, you know, has some type of comment to say about you. Somebody could have been gaining an enormous amount of weight. This could also be drinking bloat as well. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Judgment card, so you could also be dealing with a Capricorn. That could be very significant too. Also, somebody may have to make a choice between two as well. All right, Jim, so that is your, that is the energy that I have for you for the rest of November. Let's see, what is the next sign that we're going to be doing? We have Libra. All right, Libra. What do we have going on for our Libras? Breaking news, my ninja. So you can find out that your girl is a gold digger. Your girl has been cheating on you. Somebody could be dealing with a ball player as well. A basketball player, Tunchi. What is it? Young Money could be significant as well. Shouts out to Little Wayne. There could be some movement about your money. So like if your money, or if you've been like at a standstill, it seems like you've been like purposely constricted and or confined where you can't make, you know, any money, or you can't make any headway. So this is a situation where it kind of like takes money to make money. So, you know, because you don't have money, you can't get licensing and, you know, for something. And because, you know, you can't, or say, you know, you can't get your driver's license. And because you can't get your driver's license, now you can't drive around, and now you can't really, you know, work and everything because you don't have a driver's license. And if you get pulled over, you know, now your car has been towed, you know. So it's kind of like you're trying to figure out how to get yourself out of a rut right now for the rest of November, Libra. Also, the Supreme Court could be significant too. Somebody could be an activist, an advocate. There could be an increased amount of protests during the coming months as well. Somebody could also be into politics. Somebody could also be standing up for somebody in court. Somebody could be providing some type of legal support, legal alibi, something like that. All right. What came out for you was a safe space. All right, so that's what you could be craving this month. Libra is a safe space. Somebody could be trying to get back to their inner child as well. Somebody could be, you know, this could be a situation where an injustice has been done to you, or you have been catering and doing for people for so long that you have forgotten the things that make you happy. And so as a result, you know, you need to kind of like go inward. I'm hearing, take some time for yourself, stop inviting people into your energy, and kind of just like, you know, just take a breather. You know, it seems like the people that you have invited into your energy have done more harm than good to you. And also, you know, it's kind of like so it's kind of like, you know, the people that you have been inviting into your space, into your life, into your world have done nothing but kind of like let you down, you know, betray you type of situation. So it's kind of like you're going through a period of like kind of like cleaning the snakes out of your grass, out of your yard, and identifying those who mean you well and those who don't mean you well, and kind of like clearing your space. And so I see you setting up very strong boundaries for the rest of the month of November, Libra, where basically if somebody does not contribute to your highest good, if somebody is not trying to help you, if somebody is not trying to support you in whatever way, shape, form, or fashion, then you are done. I also see, Libra, don't let somebody use you as a safe space. So this is when, you know, when they need something from you, or this could be you, Libra, when, you know, somebody needs something from somebody, well then, you know, they're all in love, they're all in, it's we, but then as soon as somebody has gotten whatever it is that they need, then it's cricket, somebody is gone, you know, you're alone, you're by yourself. And so you could be also, you know, setting up boundaries against those people who, you know, you realize only want you around for what it is that you can do for them, but they really don't really fuck with you like that, or, you know, they don't mess with you like that, Libra. Yeah, somebody whom you called home, or something that you thought was home, something that was once very familiar to you, something that, provided a safe space for you is no longer that. You're no longer welcome somewhere, or somebody is no longer welcome where you are, Libra. You can no longer go to somebody. So this could also be a situation where you were allowed to like crash at somebody's house, or you were allowed to, stay somewhere until you kind of got on your feet, but you could have like, mistreated, misused, or somebody could have found out that you were basically just using and abusing them. Also, Libra, I'm also seeing where somebody could have been coming to you for some type of financial help, perhaps to like pay for a hotel room is what I'm hearing, or stay in an apartment. I'm getting ready to get kicked out, or I'm getting ready to get evicted, or I don't have anywhere to stay, I need somewhere to stay, and you kind of like, coming out the pocket, or allowing somebody to stay with you, or, be in your space and everything in order to help somebody out. And I'm hearing you like just say no more. You know what I mean? Somebody could call you like, well, what am I supposed to do? And your answer is, I don't know what you're going to do, but that's not my problem. Something is not your problem for the rest of November, Libra. You're just not fucking with it. Whoever it is, yeah. When I said that, what popped out? 9 of Swords in the reverse. So somebody is going to be experiencing some very bad karma now. Very bad karma. Somebody, could be worried about you. You could have been worried about somebody, and as a result, that shit kind of like backfired in your face, constantly trying to check for somebody, constantly trying to be there for somebody, and whilst you're doing that, you're constantly taking L's. Also, somebody is experiencing bad karma. So this could be a situation where somebody, did you wrong, and the same way that somebody did you wrong is how they're being done right now, and all they can think about is you. Or this is you. You did somebody wrong, and now, the same way that you did somebody is happening to you, and you know exactly why things are happening. And the person that you've done wrong is who keeps coming through, who keeps flashing through your mind like, damn, this is happening because I did X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Yeah, somebody is in a relationship where you guys keep breaking up to make up, and perhaps, first of all, this is a very abusive relationship that you all have going on. I see cuts and bruises, so this is a relationship where two people fight, and maybe, it's a very toxic relationship, but perhaps you guys have children together, or, perhaps you just feel responsible for somebody, Libra, and everything. At the bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Cups. So this could be your girlfriend, this could be your mother, this could also be a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, female as well. You could just feel, responsible for this person. This is somebody I see this Queen of Cups. Could have been a Leo, could be significant as well. Somebody could have been dealing with the Leo in the past or in the distance, or there could be a Leo in the distance, and you could be finding this out again. So this could also be a situation. Be careful this month, Libra, that you're not trying to work it out with somebody else who's trying to work it out with somebody else. So this could be a situation where, perhaps, you and your person broke up, and you keep trying to reconcile a situation. You keep trying to make a situation work, but no matter what you do, the person isn't appreciative, or the person is resentful, the person is always causing problems. That's because that person has somebody else in the background. That person has always had somebody else in the background, and you'll be finding this out like no matter what you do. So this could kind of be a situation, Libra. Be careful that you have not basically been in competition with somebody trying to win somebody's heart and everything, and you're getting played. All right, Libra. The next sign we have is Pisces. All right, Pisces, what do we have for you for the rest of the month of November? We have for my Pisces. We have overnight success, and then we have sneaky links as well. Okay. See, 2 of them came out, and then at the bottom of the deck we have unbothered. So instantly what I'm getting from this, Pisces, is that, okay, you could be dealing with the Libra. I'm sorry, you could be dealing with the Gemini as well. Gemini got overnight success. But I am seeing where there could be like a renewed sense of interest in someone or in something. So this could be a situation again where, perhaps you were dealing with somebody and they weren't treating you right, and perhaps they could have ghosted you, or you could have ghosted them, but for whatever the reason, you run into them again. They look shiny and new. Somebody looks like a brand new penny, from what I understand. And so now everybody is kind of like on this person's dick. Everybody wants to be around this person, or be, near this person, or with this person. Also getting a situation where this could be where you broke up with somebody too, Pisces, or you separated from a company, you separated from a situation that basically kept you sad, kept you depressed, kept you feeling hopeless, like there was just no hope, like this is all that there is, to life is just, the struggle and all. And for whatever the reason, situations could have changed. I'm hearing this last full moon really did something. This last full moon really brought something into alignment for you, Pisces, where you kind of like are kind of getting out of those, those old, the blahs is when I'm whatever. So somebody has been, so this could be a situation where, you broke up with somebody and you were feeling kind of depressed, you were feeling kind of down, Pisces are water signs, and so you guys feel very deeply. You guys take loss very, very hard as well. And so, you could have been sad for a time. I'm hearing somebody wasn't keeping themselves up. They weren't getting their hair cut. They weren't maintaining themselves. Or, somebody wasn't keeping their hair done. They weren't maintaining themselves. Somebody could have gotten dumped. And as a result, somebody fell into the blahs. And also, I'm here with this next full moon, with this past full moon that just happened around this time, give or take a few days or whatever. There could have been some information that came out that basically shed a whole new light on the situation. Just an energy change. And, perhaps the energy is in a regenerative, I forget what house it is, but you're feeling kind of like regenerated. You're ready to get back out there. Somebody has decided that they've been sad long enough, and that they're no longer going to sit and let, somebody dictate their feelings, dictate how they, move and how they operate. Also, somebody has been, so if you have not been out here dating for a while, Pisces, or if you are that person, if you've not been dating for a while, somebody has gotten back on the scene, and somebody is, I'm hearing a lot of car sex too. So somebody could come around somebody's house and somebody, sits out in the driveway or something like that, and somebody could, pleasure somebody, or somebody comes to see somebody at night. Somebody's been hooking up. Somebody talks to people or is talking to someone. This may not be public knowledge. Also, if this is a situation where you were dealing with somebody and they were bad for you, and everybody, and I'm hearing, this could be a situation where somebody was dealing with somebody and their whole family is like, stay away from this person is not good for you, da 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 da, or somebody just simply was not supposed to be talking to somebody. I'm also seeing a forbidden love out here, so whatever that means to you, it could be a same-sex love, it could be where you're talking to somebody that you have no business dealing with. This could be a friend's person. This could be anything, but whatever it is inappropriate, and you don't want people to find out about it. Yeah, somebody has been creeping around. Period. I'm hearing hoeing around too. Like it's nobody's business what we do. Somebody is most definitely sleeping with their friends person or family members person. Somebody has crossed the gun line, so to speak. In terms of, somebody has crossed a boundary that they know that they were not supposed to be crossing. I'm hearing, I've been dying to get my hands on you, you know what I'm saying? But I was with such and such, and so because I was with such and such, I couldn't really talk to you, but me and such ain't together no more, so what's up? Like, don't nobody have to know what you and me do. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to say anything. I ain't gonna say nothing either. So somebody is most definitely, this is a situation where you're telling somebody, y'all don't text, y'all don't whatever. This is not a love thing. You could be dealing with the Cancer as well. Somebody could be sending messages through somebody too. So this could be a situation where somebody could be going through a breakup. I'm hearing somebody could be going through a divorce, and somebody is interested in somebody, or somebody wants to. Somebody also is trying to do like a temperature check on somebody to see like if they are involved with somebody, or if they, if they have a chance of coming back to someone. If they have a chance to come back to somebody. So this could be a situation, Pisces, where, again, I said somebody ghosted you, or you ghosted somebody perhaps for somebody else. And so now that that situation that you know that you were in is over, you could want to go back or revisit that situation with the person that you ghosted. But you know, maybe you're not sure that this person will receive you or have you back, or however it goes down. You could also be sleeping around with the Cancer. For sure. Yeah. At the bottom of the deck, we have 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups. So somebody was caught up in a third-party situation as well. This is most definitely a third-party situation. Somebody was cheating. Also, this is a situation where somebody could be currently in a situation but trying to work their way out of it. And so this is somebody trying to do a temperature check to see once they are finally over it, if they can come back, if you will even be available. Somebody does not want to reach out to somebody until they are done with whatever situation that they are in. So somebody is going through a separation as well, or somebody is currently separated but not, you know, maybe the breakup or the divorce is not finalized, and somebody does not want to start a new situation until the old situation is over. Also at the bottom of the deck, Pisces, you had unbothered. So because you have a whole new, you know, I'm hearing a whole new attitude and everything, the person that, you know, you used to deal with, the person who was able to push your buttons and things like that, they just can't do it anymore. You just don't care. It's over. Okay? All right. We have the Star card, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, what do we have going on for you? It could be getting cold where you are, Aquarius. Wisconsin, Wyoming, not Wisconsin, but Wyoming, Montana, like the northwest America could be significant as well. UFOs, flashing lights, unidentified objects, that could be something. Somebody could also have a telescope. Somebody could be into astronomy too, an astronomer. Somebody could be going to school for that. Somebody could be getting a grant. I'm hearing the Hubble telescope as well. Somebody, you could find out, or it could be coming out, Aquarius, that aliens have been visiting this country, or somebody could catch like an alien, I don't know, encounter. I hope not. Also, you guys have shadow work. You could also be healing too from a situation, and you could find out, okay, at the bottom of the deck we have crossroads. You're trying to figure out which way to go, but also before you can figure out which way to go, you have to figure out how you were culpable in a situation, the part that you played in a situation, Aquarius, as well. Maybe this could be coming out, the part that you've played in a situation. Also, somebody was working behind the scenes to manipulate a situation, and that their part or their role could also be coming to the forefront. So say, you know, Aquarius, you know, you were working on a project, and for whatever the reason, you know, your efforts were always being thwarted, or it seemed like your work was being sabotaged or undermined or something like that. You could be finding out this month, for the rest of November, who was the person who was actually doing that to you. And it could be somebody whom is very close to you as well. Also, this could be a situation where somebody marries somebody, and at first they seemed all loving and sweet and everything, and somebody has experienced a very ugly side of their partner. So somebody could be realizing that they got involved with a woman beater. Somebody's hair could be cut like in an Italian bob. Somebody's hair could be wavy, or that's how they, you know, they keep their hair. Somebody basically, you know, on the outside, so this could be a situation where the money is good, so on the outside everything looks perfect. You know, the two, they're both very attractive. You know, they're very, you know, affluent, very well off. You know, they dress well. They, you know, seem to be living the American dream, but behind closed doors, somebody is a tyrant. I'm hearing somebody basically rules their house with an iron fist. Somebody is quite mean, quite controlling. Two is my way or the highway. Somebody does not mind using intimidation in order to get their partner to acquiesce or become compliant to whatever it is that they, you know, that they want. their partner to do. Somebody is a bit of a bully. Somebody also, so this is also not a situation where somebody, you know, uses physical intimidation. Somebody could use financial intimidation. Somebody is quick to tell somebody where they found them, like, shit, when I met you, you wasn't shit. I found your little ass in the little stripper. You was nothing but a little stripper bitch and everything. And I done came and I done shined you up, little bitch. I done put Prada on your shoe, on your feet and everything. I'll send your ass right back to the motherfucking strip joint. Now keep playing. You know, somebody does a Stevie J on somebody. Somebody's name could be Stevie J. Jordan. Somebody's name could be Jordan. I believe that's Stevie J's last name is Jordan. Somebody's name could be Jocelyn. Meaning somebody is quick to tell somebody where they found them. Also, somebody could be also dealing or battling a drug addiction, and you know, perhaps the people who have been enabling this person, they have to really stop and take, you know, stock on what's happening, or somebody is basically forcing you to take accountability, Aquarius, for your role in something, that perhaps you were the toxic element in a situation. You're the reason why things fell apart, and maybe you've never wanted to admit that you know, you've always wanted to kind of like hold yourself, or you've always rationalized bad behavior, or rationalized, you know, the ends always justify the means type of situation. Or, you know, you're someone who uses spirituality or rationalizes, you know, away the word of the Lord when it's convenient and everything. Well, I mean, I don't kill anybody. I might, you know, somebody could sell drugs. I might sell drugs and everything, but I ain't never killed nobody, you know. And somebody could be like, well, what do you think selling drugs is? Okay, so you've not, you know, personally shot somebody in the head, but you've killed families, you've killed communities, you've killed this, you've killed that. You know, you have done your part. You know, you have murdered, just, you know, maybe not in the physical, but you have done it in another way. Third party situation. Somebody was also working with, it was 3 people working together to make some kind of money as well. So this could be a situation where there is some type of, 3 people were working together to make money. This was a business arrangement. We had the Queen of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. You could also be dealing with a Scorpio. You could be dealing with the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. If this is not an earth sign woman, this could be a woman of a very light complexion. This is somebody who has a knowing too. So this could be a reader. This could be somebody who's very spiritual. This could be a psychic. Somebody could know exactly how you got your money or what you've been doing to get money as well. Somebody also knows that perhaps you've been working with and or supporting this person, supporting this Queen of Pentacles so that you can make money. So there was 3 people who basically decided to support someone or come together to support somebody. Somebody had 3 pentacles. Somebody has also been losing money as well. So this could be a situation where 3 people came up against somebody, this Queen of Pentacles, thinking that they were going to cause this person some type of loss and all, and basically the only people that are losing are the people who came up against this woman. This Queen, I hate that I put this card back, this Queen of Pentacles, basically she knows what's happening before it happens, and so somebody basically fucked with the wrong person. Somebody did not have as much protection, or somebody believed that somebody did not have protection, or that somebody could not defend themselves, or that somebody was dumb, somebody would not know what was going on. You have this Joker right here. So this is somebody who also plays 2 sides against the middle. So this could be someone who friended up this person whom y'all thought that you were going to go against, or who thought that they were going to go against you. And this person could have betrayed or portrayed themselves to be a friend to you or a friend to that person. But in actuality, they were working with 2 other people to take you down. And then all this could be coming out now. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Wands. So somebody's work, all of somebody's work could be falling apart now. Somebody could find out the reason why somebody's work has been falling apart. So somebody called themselves going up against somebody, not knowing that this person was spiritual, a psychic. I'm hearing a witch. Somebody went up against the wrong one. So every time somebody went to spite this person, undermine this person, sabotage this person in any way, shape, form, or fashion, they ended up losing money. So at one time, all three of these people had their own pinnacle. All three of these people had their own money, but because they decided that they wanted to come up against somebody, they've all lost their money. So now it's just three people trying to divide three pinnacles. So say somebody had $3 million and you know, and trying to protect their $3 million, or, you know, somebody, okay, what's a better suggestion? Somebody wanted to go in on a project, and so, you know, each person invested $1 million, you know, and so, you know, there could have been a person who threatened the success of this project, the success of this investment, and so these three people, you know, in an effort to protect their investment or to make sure that their money kept, you know, flowing, went up against this Queen of Pentacles or went up against somebody. As a result of doing this, somebody already saw this coming. Somebody already knew what was going on. Somebody already had protection. So the harder that these three people came up against this Queen of Pentacles is how hard they lost their money. So now instead of having $3 million to invest or having $3 million to protect, because somebody has constantly been losing money. So ever since, you know, these three people decided they wanted to go up against this one person, they have constantly been taking losses. Just lost until instead of having $3 million, now they may have $300,000. So somebody is realizing that. Somebody is saying to themselves, like, damn, how come I keep losing money and the person that I keep, you know, trying to undermine, they keep coming out on top? Because you fucked the wrong one, or somebody messed with you, Aquarius, this year. Yeah, somebody also basically has been working with a hitman too. Also, there could be somebody who was of a Hispanic descent, Santa Marta. Somebody could have, you know, tried to work on somebody, throw work on somebody, and that work kind of reversed on them. Santeria. And that work, whatever work somebody paid for, has backfired. And so as a result, so somebody, you know, paid to have somebody's, you know, livelihood taken away, or tried to crush somebody, you know, in a fiscal way, fiscally, they're being crushed fiscally and in a fiscal way. All right, Aquarius. That's the Wheel of Fortune card. All right, we have Virgo. All right, Virgo, what do we have for you for the rest of the month of November? What do we have for my Virgos for the rest of November? Okay, divine intervention. So this could be, okay, so Virgo, you could feel like God has heard your prayers. At the bottom of the deck, we have payback. So you could feel like God has heard your prayers. You could have been taking a loss. You could have been the brunt of somebody's joke, or somebody has been like exploiting you, taking advantage of you, or this could just be in a situation where, you know, somebody you know or you love has been, you know, kind of like constantly declining, kind of falling into a pit, falling into a rut. Somebody could have relapsed as well, as what I'm hearing. Somebody could have gone through, you know, rehab and all, or somebody is battling some type of addiction, and whereas they were sober, somebody could have relapsed. Somebody could have fallen into a severe state of depression, and, you know, you could have been extremely worried about this person. You basically, or, you know, situation, there could be a situation where basically you just didn't know how you were going to do something. You know, I don't know how I'm going to pay rent. All I have is $33. I don't know how I'm going to pay rent, my car note, anything. And it's just like, okay, you don't know how you're going to do it. And then the next day you hit the lottery for $1,000. Now you done paid your car note. You done paid your car note up for 2 months, you know, type of situation. This is a but God moment for a lot of Virgos this month, where basically, you know, help, intervention, something comes when you least expecting. You could have been praying for this, hoping for this, preparing for this for such a long time, and it's like no matter, you know, you were praying and praying and praying, it's like God was not hearing your prayers, or all the work that you were doing was not, you know, providing the desired outcome and everything, and just like a miracle out of the blue, now everything seems to be falling in place. And so, you know, this could be a situation where, you know, you have a child, and your child has fallen into, you know, the wrong group of friends, and as a result, you know, now this child is doing drugs, this child is, you know, wild acting, this child is, you know, not doing well in school, and, you know, perhaps this child's older sibling whom they looked up to was away at school, or, you know, was in the service. I'm hearing, you know, somebody's older sibling comes back and gets them together, somebody's parent comes back, or somebody's parent comes through and gets them together. And so it's like now the sibling comes back, and now, you know, the child is hanging with their sibling instead of hanging with that, you know, that group of friends that gets them in trouble. And it's just like, I've been praying that, you know, God, that you do something to save little, you know, little Johnny or little Mackie or whatever. And just like a miracle, you know, little Johnny or little Mackie's, you know, childhood friend whom they had the best time, and, you know, and that's when they were their best self comes back, and then they start hanging out with them. It could be something like that. All right, Virgo. At the bottom of the deck, we had payback. And then we had hopeless romantic. All right. So this could also be a situation where a past, an ex comes back. So you have basically, this could be an ex coming back to you, or you're coming back to an ex, and, you know, this could be a situation that when you guys were together before, you know, were experiencing your best time, your best, you know, your best everything. You looked great, you felt great, you were productive, you were making money, you know, you were healthy, happy, you had peace of mind. And then, you know, for whatever the reason, you separated, or, you know, your person separated from, you know, from their person, and they've just been like in a constant decline ever since, you know, the breakup. And, you know, you could have been worried about this person because you just see them getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and all, and you could have been praying like, God, you know, please help my person, like, I don't know what to do. And then all of a sudden somebody, you know, that ex comes back, or that friend comes back, and it's just like right on time, you know, like God knew exactly. I don't know, I'm just hearing like a but God moment. Somebody is going to be thanking the Lord this month. I mean, you should thank the Lord every month. You should thank the Lord every day. But this is going to be like a miracle-like energy. Like, oh my goodness, I didn't know what I was going to do, and God, you heard my prayer. You know, like, oh, you sent somebody back. You know, so could be, you know, somebody who can get your person together. So like if you have a child that's out of control and everything, and say you split up from the person's, you know, father. So say you are a single mom and you have a, you know, your son is getting out there, he's getting older, and so now he's getting wilder and wilder and wilder, and you don't know what to do. You know, they're not going to school, they're not listening, they're not following directions, and, you know, perhaps, you know, the child's father had moved out of state, or, you know, was in jail, or however it goes down, they weren't there, and you just didn't know what you were going to do with this kid. And then suddenly the boy's father, the child's father, calls and is like, hey, I'm home, or hey, I'm in town, or hey, I'm back, or, you know, hey, let's work this out. And you're just like, yes, thank you, God. You know, it's like God sent a miracle. Okay, we have Page of Swords. Okay, yeah, somebody was a fool out here. Somebody was a fool. Somebody is going to find out somebody was a fool. Somebody was a fool for leaving somebody. Somebody was a fool for dealing with somebody. Somebody was a fool as a result of somebody's foolish behavior. Somebody always has to be on guard. Somebody always has to watch over their back. Somebody always has to wear their armor on. Also, if this is a situation where somebody left you and now you're back, or now they want you back, you're kind of very guarded in your energy. It's like, oh, okay, well, it's great that you want me back and all, but I still can't forget, you know, how the fuck you played me in the first place. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Tower card. So it's some type of bad, you know, unexpected event. The wheel turned in the negative for somebody. So this is a situation where there was like a change of events, a turn of events. So, you know, somebody could have been flying high, and when they were flying high, or when they had money or in good health and everything, somebody was an asshole to somebody. And, you know, somebody didn't need somebody. Somebody was like very shitty to somebody, very dismissive to somebody. And then, you know, for whatever the reason, situations change. And so now, you know, it's just like, okay, that same person that I was shitty to, I need this person now. And somebody didn't think that they would ever be able to get this person back, or be able to get some type of a second chance to discuss, or a second chance with somebody, and lo and behold, like a miracle, this person could just like blow in like, hey, I was just, whatever. And so now somebody could be back in someone's life, and you could be quite relieved. I'm getting a feeling of relief for you for the rest of the month of November, Virgo. All right. We have, what is our next sign? We have Temperance, and that came in the reverse. So Temperance in the reverse. So I don't know, Sagittarius. November could not be a very good month for you. You could be wilding out this month. You could be the village villain this month. Something could be significant about lakes, Lake Tahoe. Somebody could be considering camping. I'm assuming this is, if you are someplace warm. Las Vegas is definitely significant. Lake Tahoe. I don't know why I keep hearing Lake Tahoe. Also, like Brazil or China, someplace where like their water is something, extraordinary about the water. It glistens at night, or it's like clear blue, or I don't know. And I know that there's a place like that on Earth. I just can't think of where that place is, but whatever that place is, Sagittarius, it is significant to you. Perhaps you could be planning on a vacation, or you could be planning a vacation, or somebody is planning on taking you on a vacation. But with this in reverse, you could have been planning on going somewhere for the holidays, and you could be finding out that your plans are kind of falling through as well. You could have been expecting somebody to come and visit, or you could have been planning on going and visiting somebody, and for whatever the reason, that's not happening. Also, Sagittarius, for the month of November, you could find that people really just don't want to deal with your shit. So for some Saggies out here, or this could be you. You could just be tired of somebody's shit. Like, dude, I'm sick of your shit. Like, people are like getting tired of somebody now. People are tired of trying to work with somebody, being supportive of somebody, being sympathetic to somebody. Somebody does not want to help themselves. Somebody does not want to change their circumstances. Somebody is waiting for somebody else to come in and change their circumstances. Maybe perhaps somebody was expecting for you to come in and save the day, or you were expecting for somebody to come in and save the day, and that's just not happening. Going back to somebody who could have been expecting to spend the holidays with somebody could find out that they are not going to be spending the holidays with somebody, because that somebody is going on a vacation, or that somebody is going someplace else. What came out in the reverse is read on. Yeah, somebody is done. Somebody is done. There's a Sagittarius out here who has pushed somebody to the ultimate limit. Somebody is done dealing with someone, period. They're done dealing with somebody. They don't want to talk. They don't want to listen. They don't want to do anything. Somebody is done. Somebody is not answering somebody's phone call. Somebody basically doesn't even have access to someone anymore. This could be a situation, Saggy, where saying again, somebody expected for somebody to come in and save the day, or somebody expected for somebody to reconcile, I'm hearing. So this could be a situation where you have been separated from your person, and perhaps you guys always kind of go through this. This is kind of like the ebb and flow of the relationship. We're good, and then we break up. And then, I leave or they leave, and then a couple months goes by, and then, we find ourselves coming back together, and somebody could have been expecting for that to happen this time, and somebody could be realizing in the month of November that it's over. Somebody thought that this was just another round in something without realizing that the last time really was the last time. Somebody is not going through whatever this is, whatever routine this is. Somebody's not doing it anymore, and you could be realizing this. Somebody is gonna get their face cracked for the rest of the month of November. So this could be something where you were expecting for your person to come for the Thanksgiving holiday, and they're telling you, no, I'm not coming for Thanksgiving. I'm gonna stay here and just whatever, or I'm gonna be here with my family, or I'm just gonna be here. Somebody is just like, no, I'm not coming. I don't want you to come. Like, I'm done. Somebody is realizing that somebody is done for the month of November. Also, somebody could be ghosting somebody, leaving somebody on red. Again, somebody could be trying to push somebody's buttons to get somebody to come back. Somebody could be offering to come and like spread the love financially and everything to kind of like try to reel somebody back into a situation to Sagittarius. So it's just like, you know, so say you have kids with somebody and you broke up with them, and you know, and because you're not speaking to this person is trying to do everything in their that they can think of to bring, you know, to try to like, you know, get you to talk to them or something like that, and you're just like, like, I got these kids, all these gifts. You mean to tell me you don't want these gifts? I was gonna bring the, you know, bring the kids some gifts, and somebody's like, don't even worry about it. I got it. I'll do it. Don't worry about it. All right. What we have for Sag? Okay. King of Swords. So you could be dealing with the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or this could be somebody who is a dark complexion as well. Also, this is somebody who's a player. Somebody also could have burnt somebody. I'll take that back. Yeah, somebody could have burnt somebody. You could also be dealing with the Leo. And that could be the reason why you left somebody on red, or somebody is leaving you on red. Like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. And somebody knows that they have like really crossed the line. Somebody is done. Like, it is final. It is over. You see that sword in the ground? Somebody is like, it's dead. It is done. No resurrecting this. It's over. Somebody doesn't want to have anything to do with you, Sagittarius, or you don't want to have anything to do with somebody for the month of November, period. Period, point blank. If this is not an air sign gentleman, this could be somebody from a different country. This could also be somebody, this could be an attorney as well. So you could also find out that somebody could be going to divorce, filing divorce papers or filing some type of legal paperwork against you. Somebody is mad. Somebody is tired. This King of Swords could be tired of your shit, or you could be the King of Swords. All right, Saggy. Yeesh. Yeah, somebody not doing so hot out here. All right. Ooh. We have Scorpio. That came out. Should I even do these in reverse? Okay, maybe not. We have Scorpio. Okay. The end is near, Scorps. So the end of something. 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 7 could be significant. The end is near. Also, if you are like into spirituality, if you are into like esoteric, you know, I mean, I hate to use the word occult because it sounds so whatever, but if you were into like early otherworldly beliefs and things like that, you could see the signs on the wall that, you know, for example, I looked up in the sky the other day and I was, you know, like I read clouds sometimes, and what I saw was the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Well, not the 4 horsemen, but the horseman death. I saw a pale horse in the cloud. The cloud was shaped like a horse. So there could be some type of ending to some type of conflict. There could be an ending to some type of peace that is going to usher in an age of violence and all. But we're going to hope for the best. All right, what is this for my Scorpios? Yeah, the end is near. Also, there's a Scorpio, and I know exactly who this is talking about, but there is a Scorpio whose reign of terror is over, is what I'm hearing. The reign of terror is over, and they know it. They know that it is just, you know, something happened that was the beginning of the end. Something was the beginning or the undoing of a strong establishment, a strong institution, somebody's reign of power, somebody's whatever, but somebody knows that the end of something is coming. Somebody needs to prepare for that as well. But I am hearing somebody's reign of terror is coming to an end. Somebody also knows that somebody is fearing for their life, that death is inevitable or death could be possibly upon somebody. We have money moves right here. Okay, let me see before I say that, because there is a lot. The end, okay. Divine intervention. Okay, now, on a happier, positive note, Pisces, I'm sorry, not Pisces, you could be dealing with the Pisces. On a happier, more positive note, Scorpio, your time of struggle and financial lack is coming to an end. Somebody was steadfast of heart, so this could also be a situation where somebody was going through some type of lack, severe lack, severe whatever. There could have been people working against you, people going against you. You could have been going through a very difficult time. I know 2025 and 2024 basically took the piss out of all Scorpios. Every Scorpio, Drake, P. Diddy. Basically, there's a lot of Scorpios out here in the spotlight, but just ones that I know who basically have been experiencing a very difficult time, whether it be romantically, professionally, fiscally, whatever. There has just been a very difficult time, and it's like no matter what you tried to do to remedy the situation or make a situation better, it just didn't happen. It was just like the universe was just, conspiring and working against you. And that could be coming to an end. Somebody's money situation is going to improve as well. Okay, somebody is going to be experiencing a period of abundance, and this could be after a severe, period of lack where you were going without. This could also be a situation professionally where people didn't want to work with you. Perhaps somebody tarnished your name professionally or was trying to sabotage you by putting out, lies or rumors about somebody in an effort to discredit them. There is going to be some type of change where this is kind of like the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And so if somebody was out there slandering your name, if somebody was out there trying to make you look bad, Scorpio, if somebody was out there trying to stop your bag, keep you stuck in a situation, the people or person who has been doing that is going to be shown for who they are. You're going to find out exactly who this is, and you're going to be able to turn that situation around. Also, God has also seen your struggle. The Spirit has also seen your struggle, and if you have remained true and steadfast at heart, wait, I say on the Lord, be of good courage, and He will strengthen thy heart. Well, then God is getting ready to reward you for that. For sure. 5276, that could be the last of somebody's social security number is also what I'm hearing. Also, that number could be significant. If it is, you may want to play that number. Yeah, somebody was messing with somebody's money. All right. What is this for my Scorpios? All right. That wanted to come out. Yeah, somebody was blocking messages too. Somebody was not receiving messages, or somebody was not getting the information that they needed in order to make a situation better. Somebody was purposely keeping somebody in the dark, somebody was confining somebody. Somebody was, trying to confound somebody, confuse somebody. Somebody was also holding back somebody's messages too, as well. Somebody was pretending like they were a friend. Also, somebody could have been sleeping with somebody whom they thought was a friend, and this person was out there spreading their business. Somebody also could have accused somebody of giving somebody something. Whoever this Page of Wands is, this is somebody's friend for sure, or this could also be somebody's child. Somebody's child could be calling and asking for money. Also, going back to somebody who you thought was a friend, could have been sleeping with your person too. Somebody definitely, Pisces, you could be, I keep saying Pisces, Scorpio, you could be dealing with a Pisces. Somebody's child, so this could be a situation where if your child just started having sex, or say, somebody's child is experiencing freedom and everything. Somebody's child could be going buck wild out here. Somebody has been sleeping around too. Somebody has been somebody could also be dealing with the Sagittarius. Somebody could be dealing with the Sagittarius. Somebody could also be dealing with a Leo. A Leo could be significant. You could find out, Pisces, I keep saying Pisces, you could find out, Scorpio, that your friend has been sleeping with your person, that you could have contracted something, so this could be a situation where You know, say, you know, you were dealing with your person and you keep, you know, getting BV, okay? And, you know, you could just be having an innocent conversation with a friend and, you know, your friend starts, you know, complaining that they have BV. And you know that your friend started dealing with somebody, but they've never told you who they were dealing with. You could find out that it was your person. At the bottom of the deck, we have Aquarius, too. You could also be dealing with an Aquarius. A cycle could be over as well. With an Aquarius, if you are dealing with one, or there's no more reconciliation with somebody, somebody is no longer reconciling with somebody. Also, somebody could have got caught. Yeah, somebody could be finding out that somebody was sleeping with their friend, and as a result, somebody caught something. It's over. Whatever that is, it's done. Also, somebody basically sleeps with somebody for weed, or somebody smokes with somebody, or like, you know, drinks with somebody, or however it goes out. I mean, however it goes down. Somebody is always saying that they're out with their friends. So this could also be a situation, Scorpio, where, you know, your person is always suddenly busy. They're always out with their friend, you know. Well, how come you didn't, oh, me and my friend were doing this, me and my friend were doing that, blase, 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 blase. And you could come and find out that your person has been cheating on you and seeing somebody else. Also, it could also come out that your person, so say, you know, you're dealing with a guy, I'm just, you know, using this as a, you know, whatever, as an example. Say you're dealing with a guy and this guy's always with his friend. They are always together. You could find out that these two people have been sleeping together. All right, because it is Scorpio's, Scorpio's time, I'm going to get one more for Scorps. All right. We have Knight of Swords, okay, and then Seven of Swords. First of all, somebody drinks a lot. So somebody gets high, somebody gets drunk, and somebody sleeps around. So this could be a situation where somebody wants some cooch or some D from somebody. They know all they got to do is get them high, get them drunk, and their inhibitions go out the window. Also, somebody basically, you could also find out that somebody has been stealing somebody's money too. So this could be a situation where somebody has been skimming off the top. I did say a pale horse and death was upon it. So this is confirmation of the vision that I saw about the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Death is coming. The end is near. So this could also be talking about the end of civilization as we know it, because there is going to be some type of catastrophic event that is going to bring a mass death, mass graves is what I'm seeing, is what I'm hearing. Mass graves. You can also find out that some type of government event was actually to cover up some type of drugs or okay. Somebody, number one, lied about being on drugs. That's number one. Number two, somebody lied about selling drugs, okay? Number three, somebody lied about some type of drug money being involved in something or being used to cover up drug money, laundering drug money. All right, this could be on a global scale, political scale, this could be anything. All right, somebody basically has been skimming off the top. So say you went into business with somebody and you sold somebody or you gave somebody $500 to get something, right, for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be the game, but I'm just using this as an example. And it actually only costs $4.25. Somebody pocketed that $75, and so you could be asking, well, how are you always have money, but then you always begging me for money? You always say you don't have any money or whatever. That's because somebody has been holding out on somebody, and you're gonna find that out this month, Scorpio. All right. Okay. All right, we have Cancer. All right, Cancers. What we have for you for the rest of November? Uh-oh. All right, what do we have for Cancers for the rest of November? All right. somebody is hiding behind a mask, Cancer, either you or somebody else. Somebody is trying to look like they're happy when in actuality they're not. They're very sad. They're miserable. Somebody is not doing well. Somebody does not feel well. Somebody is trying to act like everything is everything when in actuality it is not. Somebody, you could feel very isolated, very lonely at this time. Scorpio, you could be dealing with a Scorpio. Wow. You could be dealing with a Scorpio. You could feel very isolated, very alone at this time. You could feel like nobody really understands you. Nobody really gets you. Like, you want to open up to somebody, but perhaps, you are afraid to. So this could be a situation where, you have to be hard. You have to be rigid. You have to, you could be in an environment where you can't show any weakness. You can't show any fear. Perhaps you were raised like that, but you're kind of getting tired because, in doing that, you're not happy. So, Cancer, you're not happy, and perhaps you want to, open up about this, but you could be scared. Also, you don't want to show weakness to someone. And so you are basically pretending like everything is everything. I see Cancer's doing that for the rest of the month of November. I'm seeing somebody who is worried. Somebody doesn't know how they're going to make something shake, how they're going to be able to afford something. Excuse me. How they're going to be able to afford something. How they're going to be able to afford something. So this could be like, Thanksgiving or Christmas. How am I going to be able to pay for these gifts? How am I going to be able to pay for my rent? Somebody is also secretly heartbroken as well. Somebody is secretly sad or missing somebody. Somebody is trying to put on a brave face. Somebody could be scared at this time. Somebody could be going through it at this time, but they're trying to maintain, you would never know about looking at somebody basically, to ask them everything is always okay. You know what I mean? Everything is always all right with this person. And I don't think that is the case. Also, somebody could be seeing behind your mask, or you could be seeing behind somebody else's mask. So this is kind of like, somebody has been putting on a facade that somebody, has been happy with you, or you're happy in a situation with somebody, and perhaps you just can't do it anymore. I'm not fucking happy. I don't want to be with you. You don't make me happy. Like, it's just time to move on. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I just don't want to have to be bothered with you anymore. So this could be a situation where you had to be nice to somebody, or you had to deal with somebody because somebody either helped you out or had, some type of resources that you needed, but in actuality, this person made you miserable. Or you could have gotten with somebody. So this could also be a situation where you left one situation for another, thinking that other situation was going to be better, or it was going to whatever, and that other situation brought you nothing but misery, nothing but loss. As a result, you have basically diminished yourself. You have been diminished. You have taken severe losses, emotional losses, financial losses, trying to keep. So this is a situation, Cancer, where somebody was trying to save their ass and their face. So somebody went out there. So to say, Cancer, you got with somebody, or somebody got with you, okay, and y'all were together, and then somebody else caught your person's eye, or perhaps a past person came back into your person's life, and they still, kind of had like a flame for that old person that, they never got over this person or whatever it was. And so, now that the old person comes back, now it's fuck you, you know what I mean? And so now they basically leave you high and dry, and then they go to the other person, to their old past person whom, they had whatever for. And so, this old past person took them through the ringer. Somebody went back to somebody who took them through the fucking ringer, baby. Somebody cleaned somebody out. Somebody's health has been, compromised. Somebody has basically just taken massive fucking L's. Somebody does not know what they're going to do now. Somebody basically, they gave and gave and gave to a situation until they had nothing else to give. And so they've given so much until now they can't even dig themselves out of the pit that they're in. Somebody risked it all for a past love or for somebody. Somebody said, fuck it, this is who, who I'm going to be with, who I love. I don't give a fuck the law. I don't care what anybody says, what I have to sacrifice. And somebody, made that sacrifice for this person, and it turned out to be a huge loss for you, Cancer, or for your person. So somebody could have sacrificed you, and the person that they left you for, or that they sacrificed you for, this, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person, this could be a thing. Somebody was more, worried about making money than focusing on you, and because, in dealing with you, their money moves were restricted in how they made money, or, the things that they could do. Somebody chose finances over you, and as a result, somebody has been losing money ever since they left you for money, if that makes sense. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have, Judgment came out. All right, so you could be dealing with a Pisces as well. Somebody made a decision to keep something a secret. Somebody made a decision to deal with somebody in secret. Somebody does something at night too. Somebody made a decision to have somebody only come over at night. So this could also be a situation too where you could have broken up with someone, and say you all were living together, and your person is like, well, you can't just put me out. I need time to go find a place to stay or whatever. And so you trying to be kind and trying to be nice to somebody, not really wanting to put them out on the street and all. You like, all right, well, you can just, I tell you what, I'll let you sleep here, and you can stay here at night and everything until you get yourself together. And as a result of letting somebody stay with you, now the bills have gone up. You can't afford your, I'm hearing my electric bill has gone up, the gas bill has gone up, the water bill, because, with extra people comes extra use. And so now, trying to help somebody else has put you in a hole, and you just can't do it anymore. You can't pretend like it's okay to take care of somebody, when you're constantly suffering. So you could be sending somebody a message as well, like, hey, listen, you could be getting, somebody is going to be giving somebody a Dear John letter this month, like, listen, I can't do it anymore. Like, I have tried, and I have tried, and I have tried to help you, but somebody doesn't want to help themselves. Somebody has gotten, comfortable and laying up off of somebody and staying somewhere, and you don't want to really put somebody out, or you really don't want to hurt somebody and everything, but it's just like, listen, I can't do it anymore. I've done all that I can do for you. So it's like, now you've kind of got to help yourself. Somebody's name could be Kiera as well. Like, yeah, like I can't. You need to move, or you need to go, or you need to find another way. So this could be like, somebody wanting to use your car, and and so perhaps you have an extra car that you're not using, and so you let somebody use your car so they could get back and forth to work, and perhaps they were supposed to be helping you out or paying you, and somebody hasn't paid you rent, or somebody hasn't held up their end of the bargain. So you've been helping somebody, but nobody is helping you, and so now as a result of helping somebody, you feel very stressed, very depleted. All right, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Wands, Hangman, Star card. Yeah, there's something over. Somebody is basically done letting somebody come over to their house. Somebody is also done waiting for somebody to come over to their house too, or waiting for somebody to come back to them. Somebody was waiting for someone to come back to them, and they realize now that this person is not coming back. All right? So that could be you, somebody else. Somebody could be waiting for you to come back, Cancer, but I don't see anybody coming back, and if so, somebody needs to... All right, we have Capricorn. So what do we have for Capricorn for the rest of the month of November? Alright, something about a past life experience, past life friend. You could find out that somebody is actually not your friend, and you thought somebody was your friend, but they're really not. Also, somebody could be digging up into your business, up into your past, trying to get some type of dirt on you as well, Capricorn. You could be doing this to somebody else. Alright, what do we have for Capricorns? Alright, what do we have for Capricorns here? Okay, somebody is not talking either. Capricorn. Somebody is also keeping their distance from somebody. All right, in a minute, I'm just going to have to pick. All right, what do my Capricorns have to look forward to for the rest of the month of November, God? Please tell me. Tell me tried and tell me true. All right. The bag secured in reverse. So somebody's money is now looking right. We have CEO energy. So you could be running your own business at this time. All right, you could also be losing. You could be losing money. Too. This could also be a situation, Capricorn, that ever since you took something over, something has been failing. So this is ever since you took over a business, ever since you took over business operations, the business could have been taking a loss, or there could have been some type of financial loss. Okay. Also, on the flip side, this could also be a situation where somebody is calling you in, Capricorn, because a business was not doing well, or you were called in to come in and kind of clean up a situation too. Also, okay. So also, this could be a situation where you were involved in a relationship or some type of business partnership for whatever the reason. Okay, you took some type of loss. So if you were in some type of relationship, you were always taking some type of financial loss. Perhaps your person was destroying your stuff or sabotaging you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. You would buy things and they would get mad and break your shit up, or I don't know, I'm just using that as an example. But somebody was very toxic in somebody's life. Somebody basically brought loss to somebody whilst they were dealing with this person, and it could be like you broke up with this person, and ever since you've left somebody, you've bossed up. You've gotten your business together. You look good. You feel good. I mean, you look way better than you did when you were with this person, probably because you're not as fucking stressed out as you used to be when you were dealing with them. And as a result, you could be dating. You could have found somebody, okay, as well, Capricorn. And so this could be a situation of, you have a crazy mad ex now. Somebody is just trying to do whatever to catch your attention. Okay, so you could have found out that somebody was out here just dating. So you could have come across your person on a dating app. So you could have found out that your person, you could have gone through your person's phone and found out that they had profiles on different dating apps and everything. I'm hearing Hinge or whatever. And that's how you knew that your person wasn't faithful, or your person wasn't happy in the relationship. And so as a result, you could have left this person. This could also be a situation where, your person was always kind of like unfaithful to you, or always looking for the next best thing. And so you tried to buy your person's loyalties and affections with money. And as a result, basically you were living above your means. You were always taking some type of financial loss. You could never keep any money because you were always trying to take care of somebody else. And ever since you've left this person, like I said, you have bossed up now, Capricorn. And so as a result, now your person is losing it, so you could see that your ex is like posting very provocative pictures as well, very risque pictures, or doing like some crazy, wild, outlandish, obscene things on social media, trying to get your attention, or in hopes that somebody is going to tell you about it. And everything. Somebody definitely has been out here playing the field too. Somebody was actually quite nervous about leaving somebody because somebody didn't want to have to get back into the dating scene. But now that they have, somebody could have actually met somebody who's much better for them, a better fit for them than the ex-person. And so now your ex-person is losing their fucking mind for the month of November, Capricorn. Please know that. So whoever you left, they are fucking losing it over you right now, or you losing it over somebody else. All right? Somebody is trying to do whatever they can to catch somebody's attention. All right, what is this for my Capricorns? Okay, well, 3 came out. All right, so somebody could have broken up with their boyfriend. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have the Knight of Swords. So you most definitely falling out with somebody as well. So this could be an air sign gentleman that you were kind of like on the outs with, or is on the outs with you. Also, somebody owes somebody some money. Somebody ran off with somebody's money. Somebody is looking for somebody. The person who ran off with somebody's money is on social media fronting, like, you know what I'm saying, they a boss and they have all this. Somebody is a stick-up kid too. Somebody could have robbed somebody and then went on social media and posted or bragged about it, or somebody, you know, for them to be a criminal, they'll be out there showing, you know, their face and everything. Somebody is an attention whore. Somebody is gonna get caught up. If you owe somebody some money, somebody is gonna end up passing away too. Somebody played games with the wrong person's money. You have Sagittarius as well. So you could also be dealing with or reconciling, trying to reconcile with a Sagittarius. Somebody likes ass. Somebody has a nice ass. Also, somebody could have eczema, psoriasis too. Somebody's eczema or psoriasis keeps coming back. Somebody has to pay for like treatments, and so somebody could be losing money. Somebody possibly doesn't have any medical health care, and so somebody constantly has to, you know, pay out of pocket for doctor costs, and perhaps somebody does not have the money at this time to pay for something, and so as a result, you know, a health issue could be getting worse. So take care of that, Capricorn, for the month of November. All right, we have Taurus. And then after that, we have Leo, Aries, Leo and Aries. Oh, okay. Let me try to hurry up and get done with this. All right, Taurus. What do we have for Tauruses for the month of, or for the rest of November? What we have for Tauruses for the month of November. The Sentinel could be significant. That's really funny because I just saw something on TV about the Sentinel. Okay. Boundaries. You could be setting up boundaries. Somebody with a past life is trying to come back. Also, somebody could be trying to set up boundaries. So this could also be a situation where somebody's past life relationship, somebody is dealing with an ex. Somebody could possibly be trying not to let you know this. So what I'm getting here is, so you know, Taurus, so say, you know, you broke up with somebody and the breakup was so horrible that you went and you just, you know, blasphemed your ex's name, like, fuck this person, they're not shit, they did this, fuck them, I'll never fuck with them again, I'll never talk to them. Somebody could be bald as well. I'll never fuck with this person again. They were this, they were that, they did this to me, they did that to me, blah, 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 blah. And you can find out that this person is talking to the very same person whom they swore on a stack of Bibles they would never deal with again. And somebody is trying to be very closed-mouthed and very secretive about this. That somebody is trying to hook back up with their ex, or somebody wants their ex back. We have past life. Whoever this ex is, they made you very happy, okay? So whomever this is somebody who made, you know, you feel like a kid again. I'm hearing Katy Perry's teenage dream. So this is somebody who makes, you know, somebody feel very young. This is somebody who makes somebody feel alive, very happy. So this could be kind of like two scenarios. So this could be a scenario where you know, they broke up with their ex and say they went back to an old relationship. So you broke up with your ex, okay? So you possibly could have gone back to the person who you were dealing with before you started dealing with the person that you just broke up with, if that makes sense. All right, and the person that you were dealing with before, you know, you broke up with this latest person, you know, you like this person, okay? You know, y'all were cool, you know, y'all were comfortable. It wasn't a very extraordinary relationship. There weren't fireworks or anything like that, but it was constant, you know, it was familiar. And so basically whenever, you know, you would break up with somebody, you would always find yourself gravitating to this old person. All right, and so perhaps that's what happened. You broke up with somebody, and so you went back to the old person. All right, and so you know you went back to the old person and you told the old person, listen, it's me and you now. I have been out here, I've been dealt with all these people, and I realized that you know I might as well just stick with you, stick with the devil that I know. I'm never dealing with anybody else. I'm not dealing with, you know, my ex anymore. It's over. It's done. You know, whatever. You can find that somebody has been waiting, you know, patiently for somebody to realize that they are the one, or however it goes down. And so, you know, you basically say, okay, well, come on, let's try to work this out. And you're not happy with this person. You miss the person who made you feel alive, full of color, full of life and everything. You know, you're with this person and you guys seem happy, and, you know, perhaps, you know, on the outside it looks everything, but, you know, it looks, you know, good, but you miss that fire, you miss that life that you had with the person, you know, with your ex, the one that you just broke up with. And so you could, you know, find yourself missing that person and trying to get back in contact with that person. Somebody, you know, fed somebody's inner child. Somebody made somebody feel young again. Somebody made somebody feel like a kid. Somebody was very happy, very go-lucky. Somebody brought a very bright, vibrant energy into somebody's life that basically they just can't deny. So it's kind of like a situation where, you know, once somebody experienced that, it was very hard for them to go back to just the same old humdrum type of, you know, situation. Somebody wants, you know, that fire, that life again. And somebody could be trying to play the role like, you know, I'm cool, I don't need that person back in my life anymore, I don't want that person, or I don't want that back in my life, when in actuality they do. Also, somebody could be missing a finger. Confirmation. Somebody could be retiring too. Somebody is getting too old for something now. Somebody is tired of dealing with something. Somebody doesn't want to do something anymore. Like, I'm tired. I'm getting too old for this. Like, I need to settle down. I need to sit down. Somebody also could have been facing jail. Somebody wants to get out of something because somebody, you know, is like, listen, I'm too old to be taking these chances. I can't, you know, I can't do this. Like, I just want to be happy, be free. So this could be a situation where somebody, you know, was a ghetto superstar, and they were a ghetto superstar for so long that they were used to that. You know, people always wanted to flock around them and be around them and everything. And, you know, for a time that was okay. They were cool, you know, knowing that the reason why people wanted to be around them was because they had money and everything. That's somebody, you know, as long as, you know, they were the ghetto superstar, that was cool with them. Perhaps now somebody has gotten older, or somebody is like just not able, or, you know, doesn't have that job anymore, doesn't have, you know, that money flow anymore where they can keep up, you know, appearances, or where, you know, they are that ghetto superstar. So now people are starting to like kind of like back off and leave this person alone because they don't have anything to offer anybody. And somebody could be realizing that, like, damn, you know, these people are really only dealing with me for what it was I could give to them. They really didn't care about me. And so as a result, now somebody could be, you know, trying to go back, you know, to somebody who they know really had their best interests at heart. This could also be a situation where, you know, you could have sacrificed something that you really wanted to please somebody else, to make somebody else happy, because you thought that was the right thing to do. And then when the shoe was on the other foot and it came time for that person to sacrifice something for you, it was fucking crickets. And so now you're like, oh, okay, I was crazy as shit to let something go that made me happy, to try to please somebody else, or to try to do this. I'm not doing that shit anymore. I'm about to go for what it is that makes me happy and what it is that's going to make me feel alive. All right, and when I said that, we have Queen of Cups. So Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. You could be dealing with, this could be somebody's girlfriend, this could be somebody's wife, somebody's mother, but this is... what is this? This is a water sign, but I want to say this could also be a dark-skinned female as well. This Queen of Cups. So even though this could be somebody's wife or somebody's mother, but this could also, but whoever's wife or mother this is, this person could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or if it's not a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this is somebody who could be dark-skinned. This is also somebody who is conniving, is what I'm hearing too. Very money hungry. Somebody only wants to be around somebody or be somebody's girlfriend because of what it is that they had. And somebody is realizing that. Somebody sacrificed a true love for a gold digger. We have Queen of Swords, right when I said that. And then we have the Fool. So this is somebody's mother. So you could have fallen out with your mother, or you could have fallen out with your wife. Also, somebody is pregnant too. Also, somebody allowed their mother to come in and mess up something for them, or somebody was working with their mother to help mess up a situation for somebody else. This is okay. So also what I'm getting, Taurus, is, so say you were dealing with someone, okay? And perhaps, this person's mother didn't like you, or perhaps this person's child did not like you, or, perhaps this person's child felt like, you took their parent away from. So, like, if you were dealing with somebody's father, this person's child could feel like you took their father away from their mommy, or vice versa. And somebody could have been, like, basically trying to cause problems or cause a wedge between, their dad and their new, or their mom and their new person, because they felt like if it was not for this other person, then their parents would be together. And somebody could have possibly have sacrificed a relationship or somebody that they really truly wanted to be with in order to be there or to do the right thing, what they thought was doing the right thing for their child or their family. Also, you could find out that somebody lied about either being pregnant or who they were pregnant by as well. Taurus, okay? We have Aries. All right, so what we have for Aries for the month of November. Now, what do we have for Aries? You could be selling gold, pawning gold at this time. We have red flags, okay? So you could be dealing with somebody, Aries. Also, somebody could be trying to come back to somebody. Somebody could be trying to woo somebody. Somebody could be trying to love bomb somebody. Somebody has ill intentions for you. Also, you could have gone back to somebody, Aries, and you knew before you even started dealing with this person again that shit was going to end badly. So this could be a situation where you were involved in a toxic relationship, a toxic partnership. You were involved in something that did not play to your highest good, that actually drove you down. But I am getting a romantic situation. And basically, so this could be a situation when you were with somebody and the shit was bad and you ended up breaking up, okay? And then some time passed. Perhaps you started seeing somebody else, and this other person, the ex, got a whiff of the fact that you were basically moving on and you seemed to be happy in your new situation. So now they made, very superficial surface changes to kind of get your attention and draw you back in. And, perhaps, when you left this person, you didn't leave this person because you didn't love them anymore. You just left this person because, they were very toxic. They brought out the worst in you. This is somebody who you couldn't build with, you couldn't work with. Somebody worked at odds against you and everything, but you ended up leaving this person, for that reason. Not because you didn't love them, but just because they couldn't get their shit together. And so you kind of kept a flame burning for this person and everything. And so now the person comes back like, hey, I've made these changes, I've done this, I've lost weight, or I've gained weight, I've stopped doing drugs, or, whatever it may be. And you're like, oh, okay, all right. And so now because you have unfinished business or unresolved feelings for this person, you decide to give it another go. But your second mind is like, don't do it, fool. Like, you already saw how the shit turned out the first time. Like, why would you go back? Especially, if you had a very difficult time separating yourself from this person or this situation the very first time. And, you finally made that break and you finally started rebuilding. I'm hearing for some of you all, Aries, you all started seeing somebody else, and the person that you were seeing, actually tick all the boxes, whereas the person that you left, or this toxic person, they didn't tick all of the boxes, but you went back to them out of a sense of loyalty, perhaps, because you all had so many years together or so much time together. And even though, you may have liked your new person and everything, you guys weren't together as much as the old person, and the old person could have called you with that sob story like, we done did this together and we got this this, and my kids know you, and your kids know me, and we got this family, and we was working on blah, 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 blah. And so they basically just guilted somebody into coming back like, yeah, you right. You know, I owe it to you. I owe it to myself to give it another go, even though your inner mind is saying, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not going to end well. Don't do it. All right. Somebody is not calling somebody back now. So this is a situation where you got involved with a love bomber, somebody who's just in it for the chase. You know what I mean? So basically they chase you and chase you and chase you. And then once they get you back, they don't want to play anymore type of situation. So Aries, you could be dealing with a head fuck mind player this month. You could be finding that out, or somebody's finding that out about you. We have King of Cups. So you could be somebody's boyfriend, somebody's husband, somebody. This could be a father figure as well. You could also be dealing with a Capricorn. Also, somebody could be finding out that their husband is gay, and that could be the reason why something is not working out. So this could be a situation where you're dealing with somebody, and they love bomb you to death, and then you finally come in, and then you get them, and then they disappear for a couple of days. And this has always been like the routine, and you could never figure out what's going on, why you guys could never progress past a certain level. Somebody is gay. Also, if you are dealing with a King of Cups, a Pisces, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, gentlemen, this person has a drinking problem and or a drug problem. Somebody drinks a lot too. So somebody could be trying to reconcile a marriage, reconcile a relationship with somebody, knowing that this person has, addictions, knowing that this person has some type of something about them. And so you get involved with this person, and it's the same shenanigans all over again. We have Wheel of Fortune, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio as well, Aries. And then also the Empress. All right, so you could have this Empress with the Fool card. So you could have love bombed somebody and told somebody that you wanted to work on a relationship with somebody. Also, somebody could be married and didn't tell somebody that they were married as well. And so you could be stringing somebody along, or somebody could have realized that the reason why a situation can't progress is because somebody is already into another toxic situation as well. Somebody also is burning too. Somebody could want to come back to somebody, but they know that they can't. So this could be a situation when you were dealing with somebody and you were the toxic person. Say you were the toxic person. Say you were, you were a whore, you were a cheater. Somebody also is on the down low too. But for whatever it is, somebody basically, abused the relationship, abused, a person, abused a situation and all, and this person could have figured it out what, fuck Compton, I'm done. I ain't about to keep dealing with this shit. You know what I'm saying? All these are games, and somebody could have just slid on you I'm cool. And you could want this person back, but that this person is basically not going to be, is not going to deal with you because they recognize what it is. Somebody basically saw you or saw through you, saw your bullshit, and so now you could want this person back, but that there's no way in hell that this person is going to deal with you ever again. Also, somebody lied about who somebody's father actually was, and you could be finding this out too. Also, there could be a Taurus that's getting punched in the eye, or there's a Taurus. Okay, so this could be a situation where somebody's father or boyfriend is abusive to them. So when they get drunk, they hit. And you can find out that somebody's child has been abused or has gotten hit or has been the victim of some type of domestic violence too as well, Aries. All right, finally we have Leo. All right, what we have for Leo for the rest of November. All right, what do we have for Leo for the rest of the month of November for my Leos? All right, we have overnight success. You could be dealing with a Gemini. I forget who else got this overnight success card as well. Again, So you could be looking shiny and new to somebody, whereas before they didn't want to deal with you. All right, and then boundaries. All right, so this is a situation. Then we have let it go. So this is a situation where you finally had to walk away from someone and or something in order to achieve your peace of mind. You could have been stuck in a situation or stuck dealing with somebody, and you could never keep any money. You could never make forward progress. You could never, make any type of progress. In love, in business, in anything. There was always, like a wall somebody put up to keep, things from progressing any further. And you could have been successful in getting this person out of your life. And so as a result of, separating, from this person or from this thing, now you've come into money. Now you're starting to look better. You're starting to feel better. And perhaps this person wants to come back to you now, and you're putting up boundaries like, absolutely not, I'm cool. You realize that you will not be able to achieve any type of happiness, any type of anything, as long as somebody is in your life, or somebody could be doing this to you. This could also be a situation where you basically just used somebody to come up, or somebody used you to come up, and now that somebody has, gotten everything that they need from you, or you've gotten everything that you need from somebody, now you have no more holler for this person. You're not returning phone calls, you're not returning energy, you're not doing anything for this person, Leo. Somebody said enough is enough. Period. What does it say? Somebody's like, enough is enough. I've had enough. I can't do anymore. I'm just not. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's over. It's done. Somebody is sick of you, or you're sick of somebody, but whatever it is, somebody refuses to deal with somebody's shit. I can't talk today. I cannot get it out. Proverbially or literally, metaphorically, like somebody is just like, I'm done. I'm done. All right, what is this overnight success and this boundaries? I'm really curious. You could be dealing with a Cancer. Okay. Somebody is blocking somebody's messages. Somebody does not want to hear anything that somebody has to say anymore. Somebody is just done. Like, I keep dealing with you, and every time I deal with you, and every time I do this, then you always, fuck me over, or I always end up losing something. Somebody basically just used somebody to come up, to get on, and once they did, somebody has no love for this person. So this could be a situation where you taught somebody to game, Leo, or somebody taught you to game, somebody taught you to rope, somebody gave you the link, somebody told you how to do something, and once you got all the knowledge that you could, you basically cut somebody out. Somebody cut somebody out too. Somebody took somebody's link. Somebody took all somebody's customers. Somebody took somebody's customers away. Somebody took somebody's money away. We have Knight of Cups. You could also be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This is somebody who is younger than the age of 35, so this could be somebody's child. You could also be dealing with a Virgo as well, okay? Somebody's cup runneth over. Somebody basically saw how, you were able to provide for somebody, the things that you did for somebody, and somebody wanted a piece of that. And so as a result, basically, they stole your shine. Somebody basically was lighting the way for somebody to show them how to gain some type of abundance. What is this? Boundaries. Yeah, somebody is blocking messages, so somebody will not allow anybody to contact a Virgo as well. And then we have the Tower card. So this could be a situation, Leo, where you find out that somebody is putting up boundaries with you, where basically you could be dealing with a Taurus as well. So this could be the end of a relationship, or a marriage is ending, period. A relationship that you have with somebody is ending. This could also be a situation where somebody is trying to go through a third party to relay some type of message, or if somebody has somebody blocked, so say, you have somebody blocked. Somebody could be trying to go, trying to reach out to your kids, to find out what's going on, or to find out what it is that you're doing, or vice versa. You could be doing that to somebody as well. You most definitely can be dealing with a Cancer at this time, Leo. And a Pisces could be significant too. Yeah. As well as an Aries. Somebody, yeah. Yeah. Not an Aries, I'm sorry, a Virgo. So Virgo is very heavy. Somebody basically is trying to go through a Virgo, perhaps to try to reconcile with somebody, or, you know, use a Virgo to plead somebody's case, like, you know. So okay, for example, if say you're very close to somebody's family, you know what I mean, and you broke up with somebody, but you still remain very close to their kids, or you still remain very close to their parents or something like that. Somebody could be using that relationship to try to, you know, get in contact with you, Aries. Or you could be doing, I'm sorry, Leo, you could be doing with the Aries, or you could be doing that, Leo, using your relationship with another family member and or friend to basically relay messages to your person, or to basically, you know, use them to kind of like, you know, advocate on your behalf for some type of reconciliation. So I'm getting to somebody like fucked up with somebody fucked up with this Cancer or this Virgo, and this person has no holler, period. They don't want to hear it. It's done. It's over. And so somebody is feeling kind of desperate. They're going to use, you know, like every trick in their bag to try to get in with somebody. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. And again, please don't forget to like, comment, as well as subscribe to the channel if you're not already here, or if you're not already a subscriber. And until the next time, deuces.